I don't know.
There's a new video that might throw a wrench into the plans.
Is it? It's Deshaun.
It's a surprise video.
Deshaun Watson is back?
Listen,
talk about drama.
It is a Deshaun Watson video.
Oh, it is that?
Yes.
Okay, well, that's stupid.
It throws a wrench into the plans.
It doesn't throw a wrench into
It definitely throws a wrench in the plans.
The owner, 5 months ago said, we took a big swing on Deshaun Watson. That was a miss. The owner has made it clear they're done with that, which is good.
You know what? I'm paying him. I'm giving him a shot.
No.
Guys, I'm playing it.
I can't
He's not
going to be available.
Gianna, one miss, one brick right there. I'm paying him, I'm playing him. Boom,
See
1-0.
You guys
That
were
was a whip.
sabotaging
I'm
the
paying
show.
him, I'm giving him a chance.
That's like a teammate missing a shot and you sitting on the bench happy.
Yeah. Power dribble up. 1-0 Wilds. It was actually 2-0.
We're all on the same team.
No, yeah, I'll get
I thought we were, Nick. We thought we were, but apparently we've got a gunner on the team. Gunner on the squad.
Starting with the Cowboys. Jerry Jones on the, quote, blue carpet for the premiere of the Cowboys Netflix documentary was asked how he views the Cowboys' role in the NFL and pop culture as a whole, bro. Here was his answer.
I do believe if we're not being looked at, then I'll do my part to get us looked at. Cowboys are a soap opera 365 days.
The screening will begin
when it gets low, I'll stir it up.
Please take your seats.
And so it's wonderful to have the great athletes, have the great players, but there's something more there. There's sizzle, there's emotion, and if you will, there's controversy. That controversy is good stuff in terms of keeping and having people's attention.
Bro, your reaction to this quote.
Thank you, Jerry. I mean, this is just confirmation for what I've been saying for the last 6-7 years.
Wow, 6-7 years.
Yeah, because remember, I had the radio show, The Icon, before I joined you.
You got 5 to 7.
Yes.
No, 6 to 9.
6 to 9.
Yeah, 7 to 10, actually. But and I've actually used the term soap opera. Like, this is just proof that Jerry does not view the Cowboys primarily as a football franchise. They are primarily an entertainment enterprise. Mm-hmm. And I've said this before, but you know, we've all gone to see great movies that are sports-based, but they're really not about the sports. They're about the love story or whatever. Yeah, I wasn't the first that came to mind, but Love and Basketball or something like that. Where it's a Bull Durham.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Bull Durham wasn't about baseball. It was about the love. So the Cowboys are a drama, a controversy in a football setting. That's what they are. And that is great for the bottom line. It's great for business. And that's why the Cowboys, despite having not won a Super Bowl in the last 30 years, are the highest valued franchise in American sports. Baseball, basketball, they are the highest. And so it's great for that, but it's terrible for football because it creates distractions. What coaches don't want are unnecessary distractions. And that's what Jerry is constantly creating. Look at all the great winners, the Chiefs now, the Patriots, the Steelers in the NFL, whether it's the Lakers or some team in the Spurs in the NBA. Like, if there might be drama, but it's drama based on the game. When Shaq and Kobe had their drama, it hurt the team. Like, right? Yep. And so this is he just summed up what he and they are all about, and it's great for money, but it's terrible if you want to win Super Bowl.
So I want to take it maybe a step further because, listen, you have been saying this for years, and I don't think you're the only person who has made this point, but I think you're the only person I know of that this has been your main point about the Cowboys. I think everybody's acknowledged Jerry likes to be, you know what I mean, in the mix. But you have talked about, back a couple of years ago when I was picking them to make the Super Bowl because I liked the roster, about the silliness associated with the team. And so I thought about that when I was listening to this quote because I tried to square that with the fact that Jerry, this past offseason, did something very, very specific and a major decision that decreased buzz, that made them less of a circus or a sideshow or less attention, and that is his head coach pick. He could have picked Bill Belichick, which would have been a massive story, and instead he picked as anonymous of a head coach as one could get in Brian Schottenheimer. And I thought about, why is that? And so this is what I'm saying I want to kind of add to it. It's not just that the Cowboys are a soap opera. It's that he has to be the star.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
It's not just that we need the attention, but I need to be the main character of this movie. And you have seen that throughout these Micah negotiations, which aren't even negotiations because they won't engage on the negotiations. But not just with his daily impromptu press avails, but with him saying, let me make this clear. A lot of people that do contracts for the Cowboys, but a contract like this one is between me and the player. Jerry Jones is doing this one. And by the way, come check out the new Cowboys documentary called The Gambler. Not called America's Team or whatever it is, about, you know, about what me and what I've done. Which then led me to something that I think might pique your interest, because you, and I think not just you, some of the audience as well, is kind of over this story because we all saw this story coming. I talked in January that there was going to be Micah drama. Here's would be my concern if I'm a Cowboys fan. Because I don't think Jerry's dumb by any, stretch of the imagination. I think he's pretty savvy about this stuff. Dak is locked up. CD is locked up. The team is fine. They're probably not going to, though, be an A1 story based on their own merit on the field anytime soon. What is the only way for the Cowboys to guarantee they can control future offseason news cycles? The answer to that is not lock up Micah Parsons. The answer to that, if they
not even through this year.
Yes, if they
and trade him or franchise him.
Yeah, play this year out, and then we'll resume negotiations, which have never begun. He has not talked to the agent once. They haven't even started negotiations. So our show's take, I think, mostly has been it's probably getting done right before the first day of the season. And if I had to bet money, I would probably, after being burnt on the Dak bet that I made, say that's probably what's going to happen. But if Jerry understands the only way to continue this, this level of intrigue and interest, because there's not going to be anything around Dak. He has a no trade. They haven't signed long term. CD is a great player, but could the Cowboys trade CD Lamb? Is not like we see receivers get traded and he's locked up. There's no other great young player coming up for a deal. So do I think in that regard it is now more on the board that they never call the agent, that this does become a staring contest and they roll it over into next offseason?
Micah shouldn't play. Then Micah shouldn't play.
I totally agree with you on that, but we don't.
You mean the first few weeks? Because unless he's going to fake an injury. Which
that's the only thing he can do.
Yeah, because he can't just sit out healthy.
Well, he has that aching back.
Exactly.
Okay, so the back won't get healthy.
Yeah,
all
but right. If we are all in agreement that at this point for Jerry Jones, winning games and competing for a championship would be a nice bonus on top of his main goal, the signing Micah Parsons to a contract doesn't really achieve the main goal of staying in the news. It does of creating more buzz and intrigue around. And otherwise, every time we talk about the Cowboys, I can't get over the little small font of their win total. This team's supposed to be, sorry, Hubs, mid.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Likes when you say mid.
Okay. So you're welcome, Hubs.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Well, look, I agree with a lot of what you said, but I would be shocked if they don't sign Micah. But to your point, signing before the season. To your point, once they sign Micah, let's say they do it a week before the season. Now it's all football. And when you're mid, then you do fade away. I will give you that. If they're mid throughout the season, Actually, for the storyline, it'd be better if they're horrible.
Yes.
You know,
But I don't
if
think
they're
anybody thinks they're gonna be horrible.
Right. If they're mid, then at some point we're going to stop talking about them. So that is true. But that's where if you're Micah Parsons, you are, and other players, you are ticked off to the nth degree because Jerry's got all the money in the world. Micah Parsons doesn't. I know he's made millions as an NFL player, but this is his big contract.
Correct.
And you are playing with that, Jerry is, in a sport where one game, one practice could change the entire course of his career.
And he's not Dak, where a quarterback can have their ankle shattered and still sign the biggest contract ever because they're so scarce. Like, pass rusher is super valuable, but pass rusher is also so reliant on athleticism and everything that
particularly with him.
Right. I mean, if Micah were to suffer a catastrophic injury, it's not like Dak where, okay, you're going to get the contract anyway.
Right.
Then everything changes for him, and he doesn't yet have, the
huge
generational money that we talk about a player of his caliber having earned.
You guys are both on the board. Head to Chiefs camp. Patrick Mahomes sat down with Kay Adams, was very optimistic about this year in building on these 16 unanswered points at the end of the Super Bowl. Take a listen.
See, you're such a bad guy.
What?
It's been a lot of fun out here in St. Joe's. It's competition. I mean, we've been getting after it, offense and defense. Special teams are doing a great job. I think guys are hungry, and that breeds excellence. And I think that all that competition that we're doing every single day is doing that.
Do you think this is the best team you've had with the Chiefs?
I think we have a chance to be. I always think we have the talent. We have the talent to be the best team that we have, but you got to go out there and prove it. And until we prove it, I'm not going to say we're the best. But if we go out there and win that Super Bowl, then we can say we're the best one.
Okay, your reaction.
So listen, I have very conflicted feelings about what the actual best Chiefs team ever is. Because I think, much like I think the best Patriot team ever didn't win the Super Bowl, I actually think the best Chiefs team of my lifetime's 2020. And they got clocked in the Super Bowl by Tampa and Brady. And so I don't know what we're measuring, them against which year, but I thought that was the best combo of offense, defense. You still had, peak Hill, peak Travis, all of that. Where I think this is absolutely on the board is the tangible and the intangible. The tangible is this. They had that awesome draft class a few years ago, primarily of defensive players who are now veteran-ish.
Right.
You know what I mean? They are now McDuffie, Karlaftis are entering year 4. Chris Jones is still great. This definitely has a chance to be the best Chiefs defense, the best defense of the Mahomes era. You then add to it that I think it's the best receiver group they've had since 2019, when they had Tyreek, Sammy Watkins, and put Cavis, prime Kelsey in that receiver group. And I think that this should be as good of an offensive line as they've had. So you put all those things together, that should be, they have the personnel to be the best.
Right.
But here's the most important thing. What they have that's not quantifiable, but I know it, is for the first time in 3 years, chip on his shoulder Mahomes. So the last time they had chip on his shoulder Mahomes was after the first time, in my opinion, and the only time actually, Patrick has truly failed as a pro, which was the second half of the AFC Championship game in 2021, and then they traded Tyreek Hill, and then there was real, I think, legitimate doubt amongst the media, who is the best quarterback in football? Mahomes hadn't won Super Bowl in a couple years. Right. He had just played poorly. Burrow had, beaten him.